I think it's been disgraceful how Essendon have dealt with this situation. It's a club that is so unstable, and if I was a player at that football club, you'd nearly want to walk out.
The club is shambolic, and frankly, Essendon fans should be appalled at how this has played out.
At least they're consistent. They consistently don't know what they're doing and they consistently get it wrong. For me, it's a reflection on the culture of the club.
I would give them this advice. Changing the senior coach role is not going to go from where you were to where you want to be. They need to prove to the person who's going to go and step in there that they've got their ducks in a row. And I don't think they have at the moment.
They are operating in silos. There is no cohesion between football departments, upstairs, board. They are all looking outward instead of looking inward. They are a dysfunctional place.
These have been the most dramatic of days at the Hangers. Alistair Clarkson chose North Melbourne on Friday. Ben Rutten coached on Saturday night and then was sacked by the board on Sunday. What do you make of the overall state of affairs at Essendon?
As I had in the paper today, Jared, a circle of strife at Bomberland. It's funny, it's factional. And when you describe that about a footy club, oh, it's factional. It's factional on the board. The executive and the board aren't seeing eye to eye. Oh, they have a press conference, they don't hardly look at each other, the president and the CEO. No, they've got some work to do. They've hit rock bottom, and it's the only way is up now. But it's been a bad 7 days for the Essendon Football Club.
How's the deep-seated disunity get resolved? Because some of this is, I take it, you know the club better than I do, some of this is sort of ancient. Like, they're so installed in the coteries and the board and the football department, and there evidently is undermining that goes on. How does it actually... It's interesting who the next coach is going to be. It's not even vaguely the main thing to solve at Essendon at the moment.
No, not at the moment. No, everyone's right. Everyone talking about Essendon is mainly right on the club has to be united. Now, David Barham started last week really badly, and he treated that person appallingly. He should have sacked him. I know that sounds ridiculous, Derek. And I said it, I've written it, they should have sacked him then and there and not treat him as badly as they did. So he's pulled the plug out, right? So whatever David Barham does now, he's the chairman. He, at this stage, has to bring that club together. And if people don't want to be in that, like Simon Madden is in that photo there on the right, my information is that Simon will not be on the board next year. If you don't want to support David Barham, get off, because you lost the vote, OK? So don't sit there and nitpick, not even nitpick, don't sit there and backstab. If you don't want to be there and you don't believe what they're doing, get out and they'll get people in so they get on the same page. And that includes, you know, the chief executive, it keeps getting told, or David Barham keeps saying Xavier Campbell's fine, but, geez, I don't know about that. This place is blown up, and Xavier's the chief executive, and he's made these key football appointments, and they've failed. We can say move on, they are bad luck, or you can say, well, hang on, a line in the sand here, and we'll make change. So there's a bit to play out. So the succession plan failed dismally in real time, and then at the end as it's called to a halt. So if we put the human side of it to the left, and everybody acknowledges that it was handled reprehensively, the football decision... So if you go back through the lineage of this, is they were done with John Worsfold, but they didn't know how to end him because they owed him. We spoke about owing last week. They owed him, so they kept him. They brought Ben Rutten in to succeed him at a time when there weren't many who believed that Ben was absolutely the next senior coach, but they wedded themselves to that. They marked time for a year, and then after 2 seasons, Rutten no longer has the faith of the board, and nor should he on their performances this year. I'm glad you said that. That's really sad. We're parking the problems. Ben Rutten and Blake Carousella brought in a game plan, and all year the game plan's been under question. Even parts for last year, but they got it together. All year people have said, you can't defend. This game is about defending. Attacking, defend. They couldn't defend. So when and then the players, for goodness sake. The players come out in the week and said, oh, you treated him badly, we're 100% supportive of Ben Rutten. Then play for him. That is just crap. We're right behind him. Please. They changed the game plan, Jared. The players said during the year, in the second half of the year, we're not playing this game plan. We've got to change it. Remember, he was here and I said to him, Ben, what's it like after 18 months to change your game plan, go in this direction, and then you turn right and go that way? And then the players come out and said, oh, poor old Ben. Poor old Ben. Anyway, Ben's gone. Everyone feels sorry for him. There's no doubt. But, geez. So they've got a choice. They've got a choice right now, OK? Now, there's factions on the board who want James Hird. There's people on the board who says, no, let's look elsewhere. We've got people in the media, you're probably one, haven't spoken to you about it, so I'm probably guessing then, I shouldn't guess, who are saying Hird should not coach Essendon again. You know, a lot of people like to play God on a lot of things in life, and I'm guilty of that. Oh, this is my opinion, this is my opinion. But a lot of people like to play God on James Hird. You are not allowed to come back to the game. He's already back in the game. I listened to you and Kingy this morning. Kingy spoke really well. This is an Essendon decision. And if no one else likes it, if they appoint James Hird, bad luck. But if you appoint James Hird and it fails, every single person in that football club, out. All ears, out. So they're at a really important juncture. I said to you during the year, and you didn't snigger at me, but you looked at me a bit stupid, but you do that often anyway, so I don't really know how important what I'm going to say now is. I said, maybe James Hird has to come back to make the club together. And you looked at me and said, that's a bit strange, right? And I said, well, someone's got to bring these factions together. I can't believe a person who's not coached before, Jared, can go in and do that. It's a really weird club, the Essendon Footy Club.
It clearly is.
Full of weird people.
Can he be a unifying
supporters.
figure, or is it too divisive? So that's I just let that sit as an open question, and that's for others to judge. This one I will ask you: are you campaigning for Hird, as
No.
you have been accused of?
Yeah, no, but who by?
You know who by.
No,
I'm not
no,
getting into the personal side of it because I didn't like that on the weekend.
What? Which bit?
Are you campaigning
Not
for James
campaigning.
Hird?
I wrote a factual story that James Hird is emerging as a contender to be that job. I wouldn't be doing my job at the Herald Sun, Jared. Now, if I write a story like that and the person I'm writing about, James Hird, doesn't like what I'm saying and what I'm writing, and then I have to put up with... Then I have to put up from comments from Caroline Wilson. So I have to put up from Caroline Wilson, so I got Hird hating on me, and I got Wilson saying I'm campaigning, and you asking me now if I'm campaigning. No, I'm not. So I'm not winning here, I'm not winning there, and I'm not winning from her. I don't really care about her one little bit. I care about you asking me that question.
So it is the question.
Oh, you can have that
relevant.
question.
I felt like your position was vindicated across the weekend because the reporting was factual.
Because it wasn't a comment piece.
That's my point.
That is
you've
a
taken
factual
offence
piece.
to the question. The question just is there to be answered because as the weekend went through, people started to realise, this is a real thing.
This is real.
Yeah.
I don't make things up, Jared. I don't make things up. You know, Tim Lane asked me on Friday, did I write the Alistair Clarkson piece, right, supporting her? And I said, no, Tim. And I've worked with Tim, and I want to say I'm insulted by that question. I was really passionate about, and you heard me, I was talking to you about why I thought Alistair Clarkson should coach North Melbourne. And it was really funny, Jared, when I was driving home when we eventually left here last Wednesday night, I got a phone call Thursday morning from someone saying, this might be on if Clarkson doesn't take Essendon. I didn't know. Did you know? I didn't know.
No.
And so what am I supposed to do? Sit here and say, oh, hang on, I can't write it. Hird will get upset with me. So I wrote it. Did you get upset with me? Of course you get upset with me. Everyone gets upset, Jared, but you've got to do what you have to do as your work, as your business. And I'll get more. And everyone will get upset, and I'll say, well, so what? Get upset. Get upset, people.